Thank you, Mr. President. I first want to associate myself with the remarks of my colleagues, Senator Savino and Senator Montgomery. In particular, I want to thank Senator Montgomery for getting this done here. I wrote this bill about 10 years ago. I've never understood, and I've listened to both sides on the issue, and I've never understood the opposition. And I've heard from various groups that talked about privacy issues and other concerns, and it just never made sense to me for one simple fact. This birth certificate belongs to you. And for all those who came to me through the years and said, we shouldn't do this, I've always offered the following idea. Well, if you think it's a bad idea, why don't we pass a law that says no one can have their birth certificate? And of course, would you imagine the outcry if we were to do something like this? Year in and year out, we were able to get support in this chamber on both sides of the aisle, and Senator Montgomery and I have been working together for a long time. We couldn't get it across the finish line in the Assembly. My understanding is the governor has weighed in and has convinced the Assembly, and it looks like it may happen there. And so this truly is, as Senator Montgomery said, this really is an important day in the state of New York. Could you imagine, for all those of you who are not adopted, for all of you who have children, could you imagine, and it really is, I think Senator Montgomery said it's a civil right, and I've been saying that for a long time as well. Could you imagine if someone told you you can't have your birth certificate? It really is outrageous. And it does speak to who you are, and it has, I think, ramifications with respect to your health and all. And just one quick anecdote, like Senator Savino. I have a childhood friend. Both he and his brother were adopted in Florida more than 53 years ago. And he'd always wondered, but was never able to do anything about it. But because of a change in another state, about 6 months ago, he found his birth mother. And lo and behold, remember, he was adopted in Florida. Lo and behold, she lives about 20 miles from Staten Island over in New Jersey. They've reunited, and it's become a source of miraculous joy for both of them. This is a good bill, and I'm glad that it seems that this will finally become the law in the state of New York, long overdue. Thank you, Mr. President. I vote aye.